Well, you're good. Go for it.
Hello, YouTube coin community. Let's see, did I get that right? Okay, yeah, we're live. So, hello, YouTube. This is Robert McCoy. I clicked and I was checking to see if we were going live. However, we've got, let's see here. I got to mute my mic here on the YouTube side. There we go. Okay, I've got a few people that we're going to have tonight live chatting. And we're going to start with, y'all know him, Dustin Morgan.
Hey, everybody. Sorry, I didn't have the cam thing pulled up right. Hey, everybody. How you doing? It's Dustin.
Okay.
Don't know what you want me to say, Robert.
Just say hi. That's it. Okay. Next up is Joe Durbin. You all know him. He's a mod for us during our auctions. Hello, Joe.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all doing well tonight.
And last, we got Alden Davis. He's going to be joining in. Alden's the youngest, not in age, but in collector. And I wanted to get a nice mix of everyone.
Hey, I'm Alden from Coin Corner. So nice to meet y'all, and glad to be here.
Okay, folks. Our topic tonight is basically going to be just whatever you guys happen to ask a question. It's going to be something. Here's the only premise. It's got to be a question that helps you to have fun in the hobbies. That's it. We're not out here to give you investment advice or how you can take and make a ton of money. That's not it. This is a hobby, and our focus is going to be on the hobby itself. So welcome, everybody. We hope you enjoy it. And like I say, it's going to be more or less just an open chat. Now, Dustin, I want to real quick. I do want to mention this. Dustin's doing the video. That's why you don't see much on CoinUp right now. And the video is on the coronavirus. Dustin, you want to tell them a little bit about that? And then we're going to get on the Strictly Coins, guys.
Sure. Yeah, I'll make sure I link everybody to it. But I've been working the last many weeks on a full-length feature film. It's going to be hopefully 2-hour runtime is what we're shooting for. Of course, it's going to be 4K ultra high def, but it's entitled The Corona-19 Conspiracy. And basically, it's just going over all of the various conspiracies surrounding the coronavirus, because that seems to be a hot topic all over every social media. I've done a lot of research into this video. I do have a trailer posted for it. There is a Kickstarter for it. There is a website for it. Currently, the trailer's on the Fossil Life YouTube, and it's also on Facebook. And then Kickstarter. But yeah, there you go. So
thank you, Dustin.
About that. There you go.
I think, yeah, Dustin, I don't know if I've got you, and I can't because I am not on I'm not on CoinUp on
Yeah, I'm not a mod on there.
Yeah, I know, and I don't think I can make you a mod.
I see my wife's in there.
Hi,
honey.
Yeah, I can't because I'm on the wrong channel. Sorry. Okay, either way. Okay, if you guys have a question, that's fine. However, like I say, we're going to be discussing strictly the hobby and having fun at it. If you've got a niche, we're willing to talk about that. One niche I really like and I want to point out is Joe Durbin. Joe, why don't you tell them your little niche that you have and maybe show them a few examples?
Sure. Thank you, Robert. Well, as most of you know, I like to make things out of coins as well as buy and sell coins, and I just have a few examples here I can show you. Bells.
Oh yeah.
This is a Morgan and a Walker and a Franklin.
That's beautiful.
And then the dinger is made from the center that I punched out of the coin.
Nice, Joe.
Thank you. And the silver ones, they sound beautiful. Another silver one, it's just a Walker, or 2 Walkers and a Morgan. They're not focusing real great. But I just enjoy making things out of coins. This is 40% silver one.
Ring that one. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. This is Silver Eagle ring that I made. I wear it myself. So it's not real shiny. It's actually, this one had the antiqued finish, but
That's pretty, Joe. I like that.
thank you. And this is an old barber haft that was just, it was kind of too crappy for anything, so I just turned it into a ring. So that's just kind of my niche. I like to make things out of damaged, clean coins. So,
Well, you do a great job at it. Save the Ikes, by the way.
thank you all. Thank you guys. So yeah, thank you, Robert. That's what I do.
Well, they're beautiful, Joe. I love them. In fact, guys, just to let you know, I have a couple of them.
I was going to say I have a few there, Robert.
I've also given them away as gifts. Dustin, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't have any of those bells, but I definitely want one. I'm going to have to talk to Joe Durbin and get one of those.
Yeah, you need to hook him up. Robert, if you put me on, I'll show a couple I have here.
Right there, Dustin, where my finger is that.
Yeah, I saw the new CoinOp logo. You had it set there. I really like it. It looks better than what you were explaining it to me. But I think Aiden was going to show something.
Yeah, go ahead. Alden.
Or Alden. I said Aiden. Man, I'm sorry.
Okay, this now my wife. I've got 8 bells. Okay, and my wife confiscated 6 of them to put in the limiter. Yeah, she's drafted them, but Joe made me 2 more, and this one is one of mine. Hang on a minute. Let me change cameras here just for a second. Let me put on my other camera. Boom. Yeah, there we go. This is the one that I'm keeping for my coin room, and this is 40% silver. Is that not gorgeous? Let the camera focus. And I also ordered one. Well, let me set that down there. This one is from my friend Lincoln. And he made this one for me to, and I'm sending this. This is in Lincoln's package. So, and it's 40% silver, and it's a gorgeous Dell. I mean, Joe does some great work. I'm telling you, I'm a bell hoarder, I guess you could call me. I've got 8 of them, and getting ready to get a few more probably. But yeah, I love them, and Joe does great work. He's a great artist for what he does, and I appreciate it. Take it back, Robert. I just wanted to show them 2 bells.
We got her back. If you guys have a question that you'd like to ask us, not on how to make money, we're not taking and going to describe a bunch of coins to you, but maybe how you can have fun. That's the key for tonight. Let's see here. Okay, now, Rudy did ask a good question. Rudy Alfaro asked, got a question with all that's going on with the market. You think the mint will lower mintage for coins like in 2009? Anybody want to take? And I think it's a great question. Would anybody like to field that? Go ahead, Alden.
All right. Yeah, to a possibility. The penny market, I think, is a thing of the past. And I think they'll phase that out eventually. But as far as regular coinage, no. They're making money doing the W series, and I think they'll continue with that. And they've changed the Silver Eagle, coming out with a new design. So there's things in the works. Just again, I'm a new collector, so that's my opinion. What do you think, Robert?
For me, when they've been talking about the pennies and them taking the pennies out, I'll tell you this, and this is open to everybody out there. If they do away with the pennies, and if you're not happy, send them to me. I'll take them all. I have no problem with it. I'll take the old ones. I'll take the ugly ones. I'll even take the ones that they took and they put on the wrong planet. Can you believe that? They made such a mistake. I'll even take those. That's what I think.
Right on.
Dustin, would you like to comment?
Yeah. Well, like with that question there with the market, the mintages, I know pretty much the mintages seems to go along with what they need in circulation. So with everybody staying at home, coinage isn't being used as much. They probably will. Ooh, my microphone dropped down. They probably will eventually do something. I wonder what happened to my mic. My mic just fell over. Sorry, guys. But let me tie it up. There we go. But no, I think they probably will lower mintages a little bit. I don't think it'll be anything substantial. But now bringing up about the pennies, every year since I've been coin collecting, I've been hearing like that their mint's going to do away with the penny, and it would be smart to do that from a financial perspective because we spend more money to make a penny than it's worth. But the last time I inquired at the mint and just inquiring on that topic, it wasn't all that long ago. I was told there's nothing in the plans to change, to do away with Lincoln cents for many, many years. So I don't think we're going to be doing away with the Lincoln cent anytime soon.
Okay, thank you, Dustin. Joe, would you like to chime in on that subject?
The mintage, it's just supply and demand, kind of like you guys said. I don't see a big drastic. Who knows? It's a lot of it's political too. So who really knows? But I mean, your guess is as good as mine on that. The pennies, I agree. I don't know. They've been talking about it forever. Until there's a firm date, I won't believe it.
Yeah.
That's really all I have on that one.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's take a look at the question.
Let's see. Oh, how you like this? Jackie Spangler said, Dustin, what is your favorite 1936 Lincoln cent? Type 1, 2, or 3?
Well, Jackie, that's a good question. You should know that, being my wife. But I do love the 36 double dies. They're just excellent double dies. The type 1, of course, is strong. The type 2 is strong. The type 3 is strong. I, believe it or not, like the type 2, even though the type 1 carries more value. But
I just sold a type 1.
yeah, what grade?
Mint State 63 red brown.
Do you think the higher ultra rarities will drop in value? That was Dennis Alexander's question underneath of Jackie's. So the high ultra rarities, with the high ultra rarities, probably not. It just seems like they use them, I mean, you see them going to auction, they go for big money, and it's big money people that trade those things, and they're a high ultra rarity for a reason. Typically, there's only one to just a few examples, and that's it. Take the 1913 Liberty V nickel. There's only 5 of those in known existence. So when one goes up for sale, they sell in the millions. So probably not. Although during this time period with everything going on, I personally wouldn't be going and bidding on high-end coins. I can't afford to anyhow, but,
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I don't know that I want to invest in high, unless I'm getting a good deal on it. You know what I'm saying? Hello. By the way, I want to say real quick, hello to everybody out in the chat. Sorry we cannot take and we're not able to follow the chat and answer the questions as well. So, again, the theme of tonight is if we can help you guys figure out a way to maybe have fun. The old penny books, the albums, putting pennies in, that's a good way to get young people started in the collection. Any of the albums, you can take a nickel book from 1938 to present, and you can fill it up pretty much out of pocket change. the Lincoln penny. Now, of course, you have to do mainly the memorials because it's hard to get all the wheats, but going to a coin show, it's not hard to fill them up by buying bags of wheat pennies and just fill them up. And it's fun, and that gets people interested in the hobby. One of the main things I wanted to stress today is this is a hobby. It's not about making money. It's just about having a good time. And I say it a lot of times on the auction is if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. So that's what I wanted to take and made me stress tonight. So
I'm sorry, guys. I'm back. I had to see a man about a horse.
that's okay.
Understandable. Hey, Dennis just followed up his question with would you advise putting rare coins into auction like Stacks or Heritage? If you have high ultra rare coins or high dollar rare coins, I do recommend using the auction houses when you sell them if you don't want to sell them personally. Stacks Bowers is a great auction house. Heritage is a great auction house. Legend Rare Coin is great auction house and great collections. All four of them are awesome auction houses. So yeah, I mean, if you've got those type of coins, there's a market for them. So there you go. But the topic of this show, though, is coin collecting as a hobby as opposed to trying to make money off of it. One thing that we were talking about prior to this is I know Robert sees it a lot. A lot of people like getting into our hobby because they think that they're just going to make quick money, and it doesn't necessarily work that way. You can, but that's not why I got into the hobby. I know that's not why Robert got into the hobby. I personally got into the hobby. It started as a 5-year-old kid. My dad took me to a live broadcast at a coin show, and that he had to do. My father was a disc jockey, and I liked the Indian head pennies. So my dad got me some Indian head pennies. I think I've lost every single one of them, but it started my love in the hobby. So when I first got into coin collecting, it started with Indian head cents, and went from wheat pennies to Lincoln cents. And then I started getting into the errors and varieties. And it was just a love. I don't think I sold a coin probably for the first 15 years as a collector ever. I used to even say in videos, I don't sell coins. I don't own a coin shop. Well, I've owned a coin shop. I've sold plenty of coins now. But I purely got into coin collecting, making videos on coins, coin educating, because it's fun. It's a passion, and I absolutely love it. And
I share that with you.
Oh, yeah. But once you find a passion, if you get into coin searching, especially coin searching, there's nothing to me to relax my mind than like sitting down with a jeweler's loop. Where's my jeweler's loop? There's one. With a jeweler's loop, a big box of pennies, and just time. It's like hitting the jackpot every time I find something. I don't care if I find an error that's only worth $5. I still feel like I hit the jackpot.
Oh, I find that all the time. $3 to $5. Yeah.
Oh, Andrew Forbes just asked, what happens to the hobby if they get rid of the penny? Andrew, every year they mint so many billions upon billions of pennies that for hundreds of years from now, pennies are going to be common. Just like the East India Trading Company coins, the DOC coins. You can get those from the late 1600s, early 1700s, up into the early 1800s, and you can buy them for $1 a piece, up to $5 a piece. I've bought whole collections of them. You'd think it'd be a valuable coin because of its age, but it is so common that it's not. So Lincoln cents, in our lifetimes, you'll always be able to buy boxes of Lincoln cents to search them, even if they stop making pennies.
Well, I've only been into this for 3 years, and I'm a new collector, and I've gotten into the errors and the varieties. Robert from Coin Op got me into this. 3 years ago, I started following him, and then I get into Joe Durbin, and Joe has educated me as well. And I started buying rolls of pennies. And this is one of my finds, the one you see on screen. That is a 60 small date over large date.
With that,
and it also has a RPM, which is a double D. This particular one is a later dice stage.
Yep.
It's a $100 to $125 coin. Can you make money looking for a coin? Yes, you can. Are you going to get rich doing it? No. This is a hobby. I mean, I love what I do, and I've got 400 rolls right now. I'm looking at 400 rolls of BU penny coins that I've bought in the last 3 years. That's a lot of coin. Uh, how many have I found? I have probably found 70, 80 RPMs. I found three of these. One which Robert had sent off for me, and it's a three stage. It's a small over large state. It's an RPM, and it also has a strike through in it. And it come back, I think, of MS-68 or I mean MS-66. Excuse me. It's probably $150 coin. Are you going to get rich doing this? No. It's about the fun. It's about the collecting. As a new collector, that's my perspective. It's about the fun. And as Robert says, if you don't have fun doing it, quit doing it. So just my opinion. Go ahead, guys.
Jody, would you like to add anything to it?
No, you go ahead. You were putting your finger up.
I was just going to say, if you want to know what's going to happen to the hobby, if they do discontinue the penny, ask the Canadians. They discontinued their cent a long time. Well, what has it been? 10 years now?
12.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And as far as I know, I bet we got some Canadian people watching right now. They can tell us, is the hobby dying? Did it die? Is it still active? Is it more active? Less active? I mean, I think they would be the ones to ask that. And as far as I know, the four of us here, none of us are from Canada. We might be close, but not Canada.
Joe's half Canadian, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're the closest to Canada out of any of us, Robert.
I'm South Ohio.
I'm from Maine, so I'm probably the closest. But
you're in Maine?
No. I live in North Carolina, but I'm from Maine. So Joe considers me a Canadian.
What part of North Carolina?
I'm in a little town called Burnsville, about 50 miles north of Asheville.
Okay. I lived in Fayetteville for a time. I used to go gold prospecting all over gold-bearing areas in North Carolina.
Dustin, I know Fayetteville very well. That's on the eastern part of the state, but I know that area very well.
But I used to do that long trek across the state just to go gold prospect.
Yep. There's a lot of gold in these here mountains, they say.
It sure is.
Okay, Dillnoy says, I have a 1975 DDO, but it's not listed. It's not a listed error. As far as I can tell, it's in amazing condition, and I wonder if I should have it graded. And is there any chance that I have a rarity or just a lack of knowledge? First off, Dillnoy, I would need to know what's the denomination. That would be priority number one. And two, without a picture, I don't think any of us are going to be able to answer that question. So I apologize. I just don't, unless somebody wants to take a stab at it.
I can't answer a question about a double die unless I can see it.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about double dives to even approach that question. I mean, I'm new at it, but my thing is I know that I buy a lot of rolls that are not notorious for having double dies or anything. I buy them off Joe and Robert and other auctions. Of course, those are the two that I promote because I'm always at Robert's and Joe's auctions, and they have great auctions and at great prices. Sometimes it's not about the coin; it's about the bid. Sometimes it's about who you've been against, and we get into it. It gets past the coin. But anyway, I bought a lot of rolls that are not popular for errors or varieties, but I look for them to look for a new variety, something I put my name onto. So as a new collector, that's one of the passions I have. Just wanted to throw that out in there.
Okay. You know, for me to have fun, Joe or Dustin was just talking about searching. For me, that's the hobby. That's the fun.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the search. I enjoy the hunt. I've got normal sets, what I call normal, like album sets, and I'm down to where I need just a few coins, but I'm very particular and I want certain grades. So even just finding a normal coin in the grade I want,
Right.
that's part of the fun of the search, the hunt. The hunt is what I enjoy.
As well as I do. Like
Hello,
you and my typeset.
by the way, guys, Daniel Malone's in the chat. He wanted to say
Hello, Daniel.
We invited Daniel Malone, but he wasn't able to make it tonight. But at least he stopped by to say hello and hit the like. Thank you, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel. Cool. Like with me, Robert kind of challenged me with my typeset, and I'm going to dig this out and just show real quick. And the reason I'm doing this is because Robert kind of challenged me. I've got a 20-cent piece that I'm pretty proud of, and I'll put it up there. It's right there. That's my 20-center. You can't really see it, but there you go. And he said, well, your whole collection needs to be at that level if you can do it. And guess what? I've added a lot of upgrades to my typeset. And I'm not quite to that level, but it's getting there.
If that's the 1875 S 20-cent piece, make sure you check it to see if you have the FS 302, the repunchment mark and the misplaced date.
I will check that, Dustin.
It's a strong
I finally got all my big pieces, Robert. I got that middle one. I got it finally. And there it is. That Liberty seated with motto. I got it. So
good for you, Alden. Good for you.
So that finishes my typeset, and it is complete. Complete.
Congratulations.
And, there's a lot of high grade coins in there, and I thank you, Robert, for challenging me and also selling to me. And,
you're welcome.
Come from Joe Durbin as well. And I love you both, and I appreciate you both from the bottom of my heart. I do. As a collector, I'm not going to make money off this set. This set was 100% totally, I wanted it, and I spent the money for it, and it's mine, and I own it, and it's going to go to my grandchild. And that's what this is about to me, is a collector. It's not about making money. It's about putting it together.
Right.
And so that's my passion. But anyway, I'll shut up now.
Let's see here. Do we have any other questions anybody see?
Well, Tracy Z has been admiring your microscope and wants to know a little bit more about it, Robert.
Everybody loves his microscope.
Guys, they love it. They just don't like the price of it.
I'm going to own one, Robert.
It's a Parco scope. They run probably about $400. That's with the camera and everything, between $300 and $400. Everything I've got to, I mean, it's not automatic. I have to adjust it, so I can transfer over to it. But let's see. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's a nice scope, Robert.
Sure is.
And you know, I gotta have one like it eventually.
I'll try and find the information and send it on to you. Guys, while you're at it, let's see here. While you're here in the channel, everybody, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, let's see, yeah, Dustin's on Fossil Life. He's got another channel called Fossil Life that he's doing his new movie and stuff of that nature. So if you click the 3 dots to the right, you can go to their channel and subscribe to them. Joe Durbin. and with Alden. Joe, you might want to say something. Alden, you might want to say something in the chat so they can see your name up there. And if you just put your
hang on, I'll do that.
yeah, and that way there you can go to those channels and you can subscribe to them.
There you go.
I just put mine because I have a channel and it's under Robert Lawson. If you go there, you can sometimes after hours, very seldom, but sometimes I will go through there. Super Silverman.
Hey, there's Super Silverman. I like him. He's a good dude. We got Blue Moon's in here, and
Okay, Super Silverman, your best bet would be to go to Facebook and go to CoinOff Group. That would be the best way to get a response.
Robert, I gotta have a question for you, actually.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not into Facebook. I don't do Facebook. I don't do Twitter. The only thing I do is YouTube. So the people, and there are a lot of people like me that don't do Facebook. So how can we, correspond with you not through Facebook? I mean, is it through your email or?
And I'm trying to get away from the email.
Okay.
But I still do answer. There's my email address. I only say that because, and Dustin can attest to this. Gosh, Dustin, how many emails was you getting a day?
Well, you got a big channel. I mean, so I can understand that.
The amount of emails daily gets insane sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes I just can't take in. Well, so Super Silverman, there's my email address. You can send it to me there. And I mean, it's just the truth of it is, I try to answer all of the emails if you got clear pictures and a clear question. If not, I don't have time to be asking people to send a clear picture.
Right.
Don't send me 100 pictures because you ask a question about 1.1 group of pictures of complete adverse, complete reverse, and then maybe a close-up of what you're trying to point out.
Right.
The best way to do it. Any other way, you're just going to make it difficult, and I'll have a hard time answering your question.
And there's a lot of resources on the net that you can go to answer questions about coin that you don't have to go to anybody individual. I don't know those sites right off the top of my head, but I know they're out there. Wexler's has one, and there's a few others that you can compare coin. In fact, I think some of the what do you call it? Anyway, like PCGS and NGC, they have sites on their site that you can compare your coin to see what they got. And, a lot of times that'll answer a lot of your questions. Just my opinion.
Okay.
So I got a question. With your guys, everybody here that's in the chat with us, with what you play, even you guys, with what you guys collect, is there anything that you collect, like when you're searching, you definitely pull out, or if you're in a coin shop and you see it cheap, you have to buy it, even though there's probably never going to be any resale value in it or very little, so you know you're not ever going to make money on it. Is there anything weird that you guys collect? Because I definitely do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm bad for tokens.
Oh, I was going to bring that up. I pick up any token. I don't even care if it's an active current. Like, here's just a common token.
Yeah, tokens. I love tokens.
Right down the road, but I keep it.
Yeah.
My other one is hold coins. Anytime I see collections of hold coins really cheap, I buy them. I don't know why. I just buy them all. They're damaged, destroyed coin, but I have to have them. That, and Robert knows I love my coins with lamination peels, even though they're really not, unless it's something substantial and it's just a common small little lamination peel.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
With me, it's tokens. I mean, any token I get, even plastic tokens I get,
Even plastic.
they ain't worth nothing, but I love them.
I'm not gonna lie, I collect anything that's just antique or vintage. I mean, I think
Me too.
steampunk like vintage welding glasses, old like bevels and tools,
Oh
just
yeah,
random stuff, table lighters.
that's cool. Yeah,
I collect all kinds of stuff.
that's cool.
Vintage marketing packaging. And what was that? Fog Cruff? I don't know what that was, but that was some kind of a product at one point. I don't know. I collect all kinds of stuff, but with coins, I definitely like some of my weird ones at times.
Yeah, like I said, with me, it's tokens. I love any kind of token. Joe collects old goats. I know, but
Don't talk about your sister like that. Come on. I have a bunch of the 1960, the little sets. You know, they come with the 4 pennies together. I probably have 10 different examples, a bunch of doubles, but whenever I see them, I try to buy them.
That's cool.
Alden.
What do you collect odd, Robert?
I showed it at one other thing. One of my oddest, and I like what Dustin said. I like tokens. If I see an interesting token, I buy them. But I'm trying to do a type set, but I do odd type sets. Like I had a type set of 5 of the series for the nickels. Each one had to be a variety or an error, preferably a variety. And so I put the 5 coins together with nothing but varieties for each type, like the shield, the liberty, the buffalo, things of that nature.
Right.
That was one of the sets. And now I'm working on a type set, 20th century type. They must be coated with either gold, silver, I don't care what they're coated with, not painted, must be coated. And like for the 74, I found a 74 penny that's been coated with probably either zinc, chrome, or mercury. I don't know which. But then I've got the same with the 44 or 43. I got one that's copper coated. I got a 44 that's been coated with, again, zinc or something. But I just collect, most of them are gold coated or plated, however you want to call it. So that is what.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that's cool collection.
I have a complete collection of opas.
Well, being a new collector, I mean, for me, collecting old colonial coin, or well, not colonial coin, but what do you call it? There's a word for it, but the old coin.
Those colonials.
Yeah, I love that. I love the typesets. I love the Morgans. You know, I've got a Morgan set, as you well know. I like 2 of having date set collect. And I've got several sets that I love doing. But yeah, I would love to have an odd set. I don't know what it'll be yet. Maybe a whole set, like Dustin's got. You know, a whole coin that just hold coins of a set. That would be cool. I mean, you know, it'd be different. You're not going to make money on it, but this isn't about making. This hobby's not about making money.
No, it'd be fun to put something like that together.
Yeah, it really would. That would be cool.
On that topic of trying to put together a weird set like that, I think the coolest set I'd ever seen somebody put together, and I can't remember who it was just a few years ago I saw it. They went out and they found off centers, and they made a clock where each off center is facing the direction of the number. You know,
that would be cool.
Yeah, I just thought that was wild.
That would be cool. Yeah,
I've seen that done with clips as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to do this hobby. I mean, that's what I love about it. I mean, like Robert says, if you're not having fun, you're in the wrong thing. I mean, you know, gotta have fun with it. and I
All
had
right.
fun with it.
I see a question in the chat I kind of want to answer real quick, if that's okay.
Cool.
Aaron Bray has a question. He said, I had a dealer refuse to sell to me at spot. Should I keep going to him? I've never found a dealer that sells at spot. Dealers have to add a percentage or they're not making any kind of money.
Exactly.
Most dealers add 1 to 3%, some maybe more. But if you know a dealer that sells at straight up spot pricing, I'd be going to them every single time. But
so would the rest of us.
If that dealer refused to sell to you at spot, well, even when I was a dealer, I would refuse to sell to you at spot too. I'm not making them any money. There's no point in me doing that.
Right.
Even with precious metals like silver or gold, with silver, what's silver spot at right now? Do you guys know?
1407.
Okay, say it's 1407. A dealer has to be able to buy it at a little bit below spot and then sell it at a little bit above spot. So if you bought
money,
an ounce of silver for say $13 and he sold it for $15, he's only made $2, if even. That's it.
Well, and then when you consider if you got tax, you're not making even that.
Yeah, if you got tax and then dealers have overhead. Dealers have a lot of overhead. I've run shops before. There's a lot of costs, a lot of overhead. You have to have a lot invested into it. So,
well, even if you're online doing it, and I know Robert and Joe go through this. I mean, you're paying for, the PayPal things. You're paying PayPal fees, paying all that stuff. And yeah, there are certain coins you're going to make money on. I mean, we're getting a bidding war on a coin, you're going to make good money on it. But a lot of the coin that you buy, you're going to either lose, break even, or make a little. But in all, being a dealer, you're not going to get rich. I mean, maybe you make a living, hopefully.
You can if you're a dealer, but you got to have a right store for that.
Exactly.
Shannon Accord, those sets I buy just regular sets, and then I make them unique myself. And Mark Abner, I've heard dealers, I don't know if it's the same one, but I know dealers will take and tend to put together stuff that they enjoy. I'll tell you what, you can tell the dealers that still collect and the ones that don't. I tend to deal with the ones that still collect. The ones that don't, not as much. But I've seen a lot of collectors, especially from the Columbus show, they put together year sets from around the world. If their birth year was, say, 60, they would try and get a coin from everywhere around the world with just the date, 1960. And they have a lot of fun doing that.
Right.
So,
I'm going to add something here from Joe Durbin. Joe and I are personal friends, and he was telling me what he's doing as a dealer. And, I know he started out like I did as a collector, and he started selling off some of his own stock. And now he's having to invest several $1,000s a month to reinvest and to sell. And Joe is like Robert and myself, and I'm sure Dustin as well. We give away a lot of stuff too. And when you do that, I'm not a dealer. I'm a buyer. I'm a collector. I'm a buyer. I mean, that's my thing. I'm a buyer. I'm not a dealer. But Joe and Robert, I know, are dealers. But they have to invest a lot of money to get the coin that we end up bidding on and buying. And that takes a lot of work. I mean, and your time is worth money as well. So are you going to get rich dealing? No, you're not. You might make a living. If you're lucky, you're going to make a living. And that's it. I mean, and people have to understand that. And when you're buying coin, always remember the guy you're buying from is just trying to keep his head above water. Just my opinion. I'll shut up now.
Okay, yeah, I want to try to stay away from making the money part of it. I want to try. What I was going to ask the people in the chat, what do you do to collect to have a good time? I mean, is there a certain niche that you enjoy? how do you collect and have fun? You know, I just seen somebody said they took and they put a bunch of pennies in the shower and epoxied over it. Sounds cool. It'd be great to see. But I know I've seen people actually draw or do artwork with pennies by putting different tone pennies together and
Wow.
make it look like Lincoln's face, only a lot bigger. I thought it was absolutely awesome. So
I've never seen that, Robert. That's cool.
but you guys talk about that. I got to take a potty break real quick.
Well,
So
you guys talking about the person who did the floor with the pennies in York, Pennsylvania? There's a pizza shop that I used to go to all the time, and they did the entire floor in pennies, just like that, and they did the epoxy coating.
Yeah,
But
I've
what they
heard about
did
that.
is in the middle of it, they put an Indian head penny somewhere. They hid certain coins throughout the mix of pennies, and when customers would be standing there waiting, if you could locate where certain coins were, they'd give you like little prizes. So it had people like
Cool.
searching their floor. I thought that was awesome.
That is cool. Joe, what's your opinion on that? Yeah, I ain't heard much from you tonight.
Oh, I've been talking on which thing?
I'm
Okay, I like the penny idea. I've seen some of the floors and I've seen a shower. Seen a bunch of things done in pennies, tabletops, countertops.
You guys ever seen any of the toilet seats done with where it's that clear toilet seat with silver coins all throughout it?
Right. Yep. I have seen one of them. Yep.
I had somebody bring one into my shop to sell it, and I didn't even know if I wanted to touch it.
No doubt.
I got this. Lincoln sent me this, and that's a 1909 VDBS in that slot right there, and it's a nice coin.
That's a beautiful set, Alden.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sight.
Complete set.
When a penny book is opened and I immediately see the first page is full, it's a beautiful set.
Yes,
That's
sir.
pretty set. And what ain't full is in slabs sitting over here on the side. So, but yeah, isn't that gorgeous?
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure why anybody would want to sit on silver to pee. Jessica.
I mean, I'm very, very proud to own it. And then I have this set, which I'm very, very proud to own. And like I said, I'm a collector. I'm not a dealer. I don't deal. I don't make money in this. But I can open this set. And I got one whole coin, Dustin. You'll appreciate this one. That one right there. That's a whole coin. The only whole coin I have in my whole collection.
Which one is it?
It's a 1803 half cent small D, but it's been holed.
Yeah.
And it was the family I got it from. She was a virgin old woman, and it was her grandma's, and she wore it around her neck.
Aww.
And she gave it to me before she died. Let me
Well, it
see.
makes me
Show it.
wonder about this ancient that I wear. This cape, I got this ancient, it already had a hole. And this is from 1256 AD. It's a Crusader coin from Sicily. And so it's from the Crusades. It's a Crusader coin, which is awesome. But I've often wondered how long it's had that hole and how many different people have worn this coin.
Right.
Before it came to me.
Exactly. And I know the coin I have was worn by her great grandmother, and then it was just passed down through the family, and I ended up with it. She was like, I know you're a coin collector, and I know you're going to appreciate this, and she gave it to me, and I put it in my typeset, and I have found other coins for that is equivalent to that for like $60, $70 without the hole. But because of that story behind that coin, that had to go in my typeset. And so it isn't always about the value of the coin. It's about the coin and the story behind it. To me, I just love it. I mean, I'll leave it at that, but I just love it. Yeah, half cents are expensive, Chris. They are. I'm watching chat. I'm sorry.
Dennis Alexander said there's a lot of
Welcome
artists
back,
in
Robert.
PA. And I'm originally from York, PA. There are a lot of artists in York, PA. Some very talented art up there. There's a lot of hands-on artisans in York, PA. Even the local watch shop is run by two ladies that do watch repair. I'm like, just think it's awesome. I've been in there tinkering with watches a whole lot. It's a cool little town.
Hey, Joe, why don't you foot this question? Opinions on melting down copper pennies if it becomes legal to actually do?
Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, go for it, I guess, if you want, but you know that they're not pure copper, so you have the residual metals you're gonna have to deal with, and I mean, you have to legalize it. It's a cheap thing to melt and if you want to pour something, but other than that, I don't know what the real reason would be. It's not pure enough to like cash in.
Yeah, I agree, Joe.
Refining it. So
these are copper coins, copper pennies I got off Robert, actually, that I took the time to put in 2x2s because they're all got some kind of a special date or whatever. And that's just of the 8,000 coins I bought off Robert. Just pennies. So, no, I don't believe in melting them. You save them.
Super Silverman, to answer your question, you only need to send the one coin in. If you're going to send it to Wexler or Wiles, just the one coin should be sufficient unless there's very, very rare occasions you may want to send the whole set in. And that would be on, say, the only thing that I can think of is ASE, American Silver Eagle. You had to send in the sealed strong monster boxes to prove that they were made in West Point because they did not have a mint mark one year. Other than that, that's about the only case I would say you would want to send the whole set in. If anyone else has an opinion on that, feel free.
I have no opinion on that one. I don't know anything about it, Robert.
This is an improved coins. So it's in the whole set or just the coin? If it's, are you still talking about sending in just a coin or a whole set?
If you want to move on, that's fine too.
No, I was just going to say if the coin it can be removed from the set, I would send just the coin. But if
long gonna ask it before you flick your head. Oh, that's funny.
Super Silverman. I don't think I found the 66 SMS dime with a 5 on the cheek that's been cameo. I don't think. They seem to tend to grade all of them graded NS66 at this stage. All of them have also had machine doubling on the reverse.
Robert, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Out of the SMS sets, how many varieties have you found in those sets?
Are we talking just the dime or varieties as a whole?
As a whole.
Oh, boy.
A lot.
A lot.
Okay.
I didn't know. Like you said, I'm new at this. I mean, I'm new at this, Robert.
Okay, you've got, first off, you got 65, 6, and 7. The ones that come off the top of my head is the 67 double die quarter was probably one of the first ones I found. 66 has multiple double profiles. It's got no designer initials.
Right.
You got doubling almost. When I get any SMS set, I tend to take and look at all the coins, both Auburn and reverse.
Well, that's good information because I did not know that. I mean, I've had a lot of SMS sets come through my. I've given a lot of them away. I buy them and then I give them away, and I've never thought to check them. But so Yeah, that's something I need to start doing. That's good information. I didn't realize there was that many varieties in those sets.
Dustin, you want to answer Chris Gardner's question? Isn't there a 64 SMS set?
I do believe there is, isn't there?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you did the research on that for one of our videos.
I probably is. It's been so long, Robert.
No, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Yes, Chris Gardner, they're all called, or they're all spoken for. They all have to have pedigrees. If you have one, you've paid for it because, like I say, they all have pedigrees. Either that was inherited to you or you spent a lot of money to get it. But yes, there is. I can't remember the amount of how many of the sets there was, but it's not many. I want to say it's under 50. And I can't remember if it's 12 or 24 sets. And they were made by the mint director in 64. But they weren't discovered until later. I don't remember that year though.
There's a question in chat that I think is a great question that I'd like to field.
Go ahead.
Aaron Bray asked, why does it seem most brick and mortar coin dealers are afraid to deal with error coins? I was told there's no money in it here in KCMO, which I don't know what KCMO is, but I can tell you why most dealers don't mess with error and variety coins. It's a couple of reasons. One, a lot of dealers don't have the time to invest into that. Most dealers, if you bring in a PCGS or NG or Annex graded coin that's already attributed as a double die, or an error coin, they typically will buy and trade with those. But if you just come in with a handful of coins and one of them is a double die, typically the dealers, they're not even going to want to look at it. The dealers get hounded by people all day long that think they have error and variety coins that do not. And it gets frustrating, so they just stop dealing with it. Then there's a whole bunch of dealers that's not their forte. They don't know much about that whole market. They deal more with other types of the aspects of the market, which with coins, there is just so much. I mean, you could spend your whole lifetime just learning a little bit of one of the markets, so it just depends on the dealer. There are plenty of dealers that deal specifically with error and variety coins. Even here in San Antonio, Virgil from C's Stampin' Coins. You go look in his cases, you're going to find 2x2s with error and variety coins. You'll even find he's got 2 of them put back, but he even has some coin op attributed coins from when I was doing that back a couple of years ago. He deals with them, but he also knows what he's looking for, and he knows a lot about error and variety coins. So it depends on the dealer. It depends on the market of your area. If that's not something that's high in demand with the collectors in your area, well, the dealers aren't going to carry it either. So there's a lot of things that come into play with that. But if you're looking for error and variety coins that you want to purchase, well, join some of the coin groups online. I mean, I know a bunch of the groups on Facebook, you can find error and variety coins all day long. If you know what you're looking at and you know what you're doing, then you can use eBay and other places. If you don't know the difference between a double die adverse and mechanical doubling, avoid buying coins from online sources. Learn the difference before you do, because I see it all the time on eBay, people posting mechanical doubling, listing it as a true double die, and it's not. So just make sure you know what you're doing when you're buying online.
Dustin, I'm going to add to that, that if you want to buy double dies or error or variety coins, go to Joe Durbin's channel, go to Robert's Coin Op, which you're a part of, Dustin, but go to their auctions. When Robert says he has a double die or a error or a variety, you can count on it. I bought several from Joe Durbin. I bought several from Robert. And like I said, I'm a customer. I'm not a dealer. And the coins I have got have been exactly what they said they were. And so if you want to learn, you want to buy, those are good places to go to. Just a suggestion. I'm going to back off now, but I wanted to add to that. So, as a customer,
I wanted to take and foot a question, or not foot a question, but make a comment. Chris Gardner said, not many people care as much, and I guess he meant to say for errors as you think. I don't agree with that
I
because
don't agree with that at all.
Hanukkah has got an extremely large, and I mean extremely large, membership in just that one club. They wouldn't go and here's a good idea to find out how many people like varieties and errors. Go find a book and see how many you find on Lincoln Pennies. See how many you find on varieties and errors. See how many you find on nickels, dimes. Go all the way through it. The more books you find, it's because they're selling those books. And I can tell you right now, varieties and errors, I don't think there's any one series other than the Morgan or maybe the Lincoln that has more books on them than varieties and errors. That's my personal opinion. If you guys want to jump in on that, go right on ahead.
I was going to say if they weren't in demand, if people didn't care about them, then you wouldn't have some of these ridiculously high auction prices that are realized. I mean, I've been at live heritage coin auctions and see error and variety coins selling for over $250,000. I mean, I was there when the 1958 double die sold for 280,000. I've seen
That's a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah. What was funny is at that auction, there was a lady that was sitting just a couple seats down from me, and if she was standing out front, and I hope I'm not insulting anybody, because I pretty much usually dress like if you handed me a cardboard sign, people would toss money at it. But literally, if she was standing out front, I would have probably asked her if she needed something to eat. And keep in mind, when you're at one of these auctions, the auction houses, they know how much your spending limits are. So I was allowed to bid on coins up to a certain amount, but I couldn't bid on $200 and some odd $1,000 coins. I don't have money like that.
No, I don't.
The lady sitting next to me, not only did she win that coin, but she won a 1969 double die adverse, and then she won. I mean, she spent over $1 million in that auction. Wow, it was crazy. I was just sitting here like, oh my God. I would never have assumed that at all. So
that's unbelievable. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, with how much some of them go for. I mean, your mule errors. If you happen to find that Sacagawea, Washington mule error, that's going to sell for huge money. Unfortunately, you're probably not going to find one because the same guy buys every single one that comes
that's
up.
A lottery, guys. I mean, that's a lottery.
Yeah, but I mean, some of these errors go for crazy money.
Yeah.
As Les just said, crazy money.
But if you're looking for common errors and common varieties, which I like to collect, I mean, clips and double dies and RPMs and all that kind of thing. Yeah, I will coin roll hunt. I buy the rolls from Robert and Joe and other people, mostly from Robert and Joe, but yeah, you can hunt them and you can find some of that stuff. But when it comes to particular things, I buy from Robert and Joe because I know when they put it up there, there's $30 coin or $40 coin or $20 coin or $15 coin or $5 coin or $100 coin. And that's, you can pretty much trust your judgment on that. And as a collector, that's what we do. And I love the errors. I love the varieties. Can I afford a $200,000 coin? No.
I would immediately sell that.
I mean, no.
I'll tell you what, all you got to do is go talk to Joe and ask him for a low interest rate.
Right.
I may have to do that, Robert. I may have to go there.
What do you think about that subject, Joe, as far as varieties and errors? I mean, your honest opinion. I mean, you do sell varieties and errors like
he
me.
does, and he does well.
What do you think about it? I mean, as far as the market, do you think it's strong or do you think it's weak?
I think it's a good market. I mean, look at all the resources available. if it wasn't sought after, why would they have all these resources? I collect way more varieties than I search or sell. That's just me, but yeah, I think it's a strong market, and a lot of people they see them, and they'll see a certain one, and they don't even collect them, and they'll buy it just because of what it is or what it looks like.
Right.
The technology we have today to be able to show close-ups live and things. So I think it's going good and only going to get stronger myself.
I agree with that, Joe. And I'm a buyer, and how many have I bought off you?
Right. Yeah.
A bunch.
I would like to point out, I'm a cherry picker, guys. I go out. I've been doing this for many years. I mean,
you're good at it, Robert.
Well, Dustin can tell you, me and him have sat down and cherry picked side by side. I'm pretty quick. However, I cherry pick. So what does that mean for you, the collector? When I do my auctions, I start them out pretty inexpensive. Now, I try to get fair.
You do.
They're usually cheaper than you can buy them anywhere else. However, just with my little auction, I get prices that rival eBay, sometimes Great American Collections. That's because you, the customer, are buying it.
Exactly.
Right.
And we, the customers, what put the price up there. And see, that's what people don't understand. And that's what I don't understand about other people that talk about like deals like you and Joe. Is like, oh, they're selling coins for way up here. I'm like, no, we're as a customer. I'm a customer. I am a customer. I am a new collector. 3 years into it, I drive the price up. If I want to give $155 for a $75 coin, that's my choice. I want it from my collection. You know, it's not about the dealer then, it's about the customer. You can't blame the dealer when the customer is driving up the price. And that's what
Jackie, see you later.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I used the wrong word on your channel. I cuss. But that's what pees me off about that is that it's not about the dealer no more. It's about the customer. Get it? It's about the coin. It's about the customer, or it's about me and Joe have done this. Joe, me and you have gone. How many times have we, just gone head to head over a coin? It's not about the coin anymore. It's about me and you just having fun.
Right. One of us is going to win.
Yeah, and it's enjoyable to the guys and the girls that's watching it. They're going,
that's part of the
go
fun.
for it. Go for it. Go get it, Joe. Go get it, Alden. And it's like, it's not about the coin anymore. It's not about the dealer. Leave the dealer out of it. Don't blame the dealer for what the customers do.
Robert brings up all the time. Have fun at what you're doing, and that's what we're doing in them instances.
Yeah, we're having fun, guys. We're having fun. And I'm a customer, and I do that all the time.
Right. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it's great. And just quit blaming the dealer. It's not the dealer's fault.
Did you ever know Blue Moon on there is asking Robert, you cherry picked Daniel? Did you cherry pick Daniel Malone?
Daniel Malone, I know you're in the channel.
Okay, I'm going to shut up now, but that was just, I had to say that because it was cool, Robert. And it's true. You've seen it happen on your channel, and I know Joe's seen it happen on his channel.
Right.
Me not being a dealer yet, I will end up dealing, but eventually. But at this point, I'm a customer, guys. And I drive the price up sometimes because I want the damn coin.
I'm waiting for Daniel to answer that question because let me just put it this way, guys. And this is just to give you an idea. There's enough varieties and errors. I search for certain ones. I guess the short answer would be yes, I have cherry picked from Daniel Malone. I don't think there's a dealer out there I have not cherry picked from.
I tried to cherry pick Daniel.
Huh?
I tried to cherry pick Daniel at the show. I just
Oh,
couldn't
really?
find anything that time. Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, here's the deal, though. I mean, I've been at it so long, you can find weaknesses. And I don't know if Daniel realizes it, but we took and I think I don't even know. You know what? I don't even know that he took and he owned the shop at the time that I cherry picked it. However, guys, I can be cherry picked. I mean that 60 large over small date with the RPM that you've seen. It was from a roll initially. I believe Joe Durbin can answer this. That I sold to Joe. Joe sold to Alden. Alden searched it, and he found 3 or 4 of the
Three of
small
them, yeah.
dates in it.
Right.
And that was from mine. I had a first shot at it. I don't mind it. You know what? You guys may not believe this, but even though, okay, let's look at the money aspect. Alden, I don't think he sold them. However, he probably got a total of $500 for that roll that may have cost him $20. I don't know what the number was. I have no idea. I'm just guessing round enough numbers. I don't mind. I mean, I am glad that he's having fun and he gets to experience what I experienced. I mean, I just cherry picked 2 1946 San Francisco.
Okay. Robert.
Beautiful.
Robert.
Yeah, versus.
All right. One of those coins, Robert, I gave away to Lincoln. One of them you sent and had the one with the strike through, you had graded for me. And I've got it. And Joe's got first ups on it if I ever sell it.
Right.
And the other one I have in a case sitting on my shelf. So I kept 2 out of the 3. I gave 1 away. Yeah, they're probably $500 worth of coin out of a $20 roll. But the thing is, I mean, that's winning the lottery. You're not going to do that every day.
Right.
But it does happen. And it did happen with me. I was lucky. It happened with me.
To give another good idea, Joe, you'll remember this. I was selling a 1966 SMS set with a big old strike through right across the whole face of the Kennedy. And I was starting it out at some ridiculously small amount. And Florida Lena took and she said to me, "Is that a double die obverse too?"
It was, yeah.
And it seems to me like Joe Durbin won that at auction. And you paid good money for it, but you still got a good deal. I mean, I think we can agree with that too.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I've seen the strike through and I froze. I never looked any farther.
Right.
I mean, and that's what it's about. I mean, y'all make money. I mean, I'm not against y'all making money. I mean, that's what you do for a living. But on the other hand, you're not going to get rich doing it. And people are like, well, there's so much money to make here. No, there isn't. I mean, it's a limited market. I mean, I'm a collector. I'm a buyer. And as such, am I willing to give what it's worth? Yeah. Am I willing to give more than that? Sometimes. Sometimes I give a lot less. So it all averages out.
Right.
Apparently Dennis was in on that auction too. And Chris Gardner, my wife, Florida Lena, she collects world coins. And you know what? That's another market. World coins are not as strong here in America as they are overseas, and it depends on the country. The country that the coins originate from, that's where you'll get the strongest market. Outside of that, it's usually a little weaker. But I will say, not for me, and I want all of the panel to answer
I'll
this.
be right back, guy.
I particularly do on world coins. I just gotta like the coin. I mean, there's no specific country, no mint mark, no nothing. I just have to like the design, the beauty of the coin, and I collect it. Right now, I think I'm doing Swiss. I like a lot of the Swiss ones. But in my world collection, I got Swiss. I've got a lot of them, but they're just ones that I like. How about Joe? Do you like world coins of any kind?
The exact same thing. The ones I like, other than Canada, I collect most of the Canada stuff just because it's a couple hours away. But yeah, if I like it, I put it in a book and I keep it. I don't buy to sell world coins or anything like that, but I do collect some of them, yes.
Okay, Dustin, you want to foot it?
I don't collect world coins whatsoever. When I do get a hold of them, I immediately sell them. I don't care for world coins.
Right.
I just never have. If anything, it's got to be old silver. And with the old silver, I like the old Spanish silver and I like old Mexican silver. But I prefer United States coins, colonials, post-colonials, and then ancients. I'm not a fan of world coinage. I prefer world currency more than world coinage. I love how pretty some of the bills are from other countries, but just I'm not into foreign coins. Never have been.
Insufficient funds. I'll give you 5 minutes. You'll be drunk.
But no, I like reals from the 1700s. I mean, I'm wearing real here, you know. I like that kind of stuff, but it's got to be old silver for it to be something world coin.
It tends to be the older ones that I like too.
I've owned tons of world coins, though. I mean, I know most of what I'm looking at, but it's not my forte.
Now, I do like some foreign currency as well. Not here again. I like the old American currency. I mean,
I do too. I love the old American currency.
Yes. CVS. I've got 2. I got another one now. CVS. But yes. And just so that you know, CVS, I don't want to take credit where credit is not due. That was cherry picked by Flordelina, not me.
That's Flordelina's llama coin from Peru.
That's right. Well, but now I took in the following. I went down for a minute and I was looking for a different coin. And just so happens, I picked up a llama that's double die as well. Not as nice as Floor's. Okay, guys, it's coming up on 10:30. We've been on an hour and a half. If anybody would like to take and say anything before we close this out, I will take, let's see. Dustin, or no, Joe, I'm going to start with you. You got anything you would like to start with?
No, thank everybody. Thank you, Robert, for inviting me to join your panel tonight. Dustin, Alden, it was great having you guys up here also.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you all for coming and listening to us ramble on. And hopefully you got something that helped you out.
If you got a link, Dustin, to your auction or your web page, or I mean your
well, I can't post a link because I'm not a moderator.
Well, no, Dustin. If you post your link, I can approve it.
Okay.
Okay. But Joe, you go ahead and post yours, and that way there, people, if you want, or Lincoln, if you want to post those links, you can. That would be helpful.
How do I share this?
Okay. He'll be there in a minute.
Hold on.
Let's see.
Here we go. There's a link. That's to the Kickstarter. Oops.
I'm back.
Any web address and try again. It won't let me do it.
I'm back.
Well,
nope.
Lincoln, if you know how to throw that link up for Dustin, would you please? Because I seen you put a link up earlier.
Yeah, if you could put that link back up, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I don't know whose that link is. He just put up
sufficient funds.
Thank you, Lincoln.
Thank you, Lincoln. I'm sorry, Alden, we're going to take and we're ending it here. If there's anything that you would like to say before we go, and also I'll tell you the same thing that I told Joe Durbin. If you have a link you want put up, or if you would like to take and have Lincoln put it up, feel free to. Guys,
I'm going to message a link to Lincoln.
Okay, go right on ahead. Lincoln, Dustin's going to send you a link that he would like you to post. But Alden, go right on ahead. And if you would like, I just put the camera on you, Alden.
All right, hang on a minute. Let me change the camera here.
Okay, if you would like to take, and if you would like to put a link or say anything.
Go to Coin Corner, aldendavis.com. Here at in YouTube. We every Sunday night we do a show. Usually Robert and Joe Durbin are here, and we try to do all about coin. And please go to CoinOps auctions. Robert does an exceptional job, and so does Joe Durbin at Joe Durbin auctions. Go to their sites. I'm telling you, they're great dealers. I buy from them all the time, and I'm a customer. I'm not a dealer. And as you see, I collect a lot of stuff, and most of it comes from them. So I love you all, and God bless, Godspeed, and that's it for me.
Okay, thank you, Alden. Thank you, Joe, and thank you, Dustin. Insufficient funds. Cheers.
Robert, are you going to have it after the show? Are you going to keep it going?
Okay, folks, thank you very much for joining us. We'll try and do this maybe another time. This is just a little sample thing. If you're watching this as a rerun, do me a favor in the comment section below. Please leave a comment on what you would like to see us maybe discuss a topic. And if we can, we will try and get to something like that. I don't know
one more thing, Robert.
Regular thing or not. I just want to take and I just want to put my feelers out. Now, Sunday at this time normally is Alden, so we'll probably be picking a different time. So you may want to take and make some suggestions as to a different time than this time slot, because I did take and I'm just trying to help Alden and Joe maybe get more subscribers on their channel. So we hope
you
subscribe.
Thank you, Robert.
One more thing, guys. Click the like for Robert's channel for CoinOp. CoinOp is the best coin channel out there on YouTube, and we all follow his lead, and we love him. And Robert is number one. Dustin, nice to meet you, and thumbs up to you, and thank you for being part of CoinOp. Joe Durbin is one of my best friends and a man that I love to death, that I respect from here. There you go, Joe. There you go. And
well, Alden, it was pleasure being on here with you, man. I do got to tell you, you need to do a podcast or something. You've got a perfect voice for radio and all of that.
A lot of people told me that.
I grew up on the radio. My father was a disc jockey. I grew up in a radio station. So, and I hear that voice, I'm like,
we can do that later.
Well, when I do this, I can do the bad thing.
Good night, folks.
Yeah, there you go.
Take care, everybody. You have a wonderful weekend. As I always like to say, happy
Good night, everybody.
Not at all. Love you guys.